So this is Lee Se-young, probably to me one of the funniest female Koreans in South Korea. She's been on SNL Korea for a while until sadly she departed and went her own way. Recently she popped up in the news about getting plastic surgery. So according to Lee Se-young, she wanted to get double eyelid surgery. She always struggled with this complex about her eyes. This video itself is not so much about her plastic surgery, or it's not so much criticizing her getting plastic surgery or anything like that. More of it's the reasons as to why she got plastic surgery. So what is up, y'all? My name is Mike, and today I just want to talk to you about something real, something that actually happens here in the world of South Korea, or in the country of South Korea. And that is the idea of beauty standards, and sadly how they are forced upon women, and women have to conform to them. Or women can choose not to conform to them. So I want to share this story about Lee Se-young because one, I really like her as a comedian. I think she's hilarious. And then two, I feel that the reasons as to why she got plastic surgery is pretty jacked up. So I was reading this article online on Koreaboo, and I read how she just always struggled with dealing with malicious comments about her looks, and how people have always said these really mean things about her face and her eyes and everything. So on her personal YouTube channel, YPTV, which you guys can find up here, she takes us on this walkthrough of how she went through her plastic surgery step by step and what it was like. So in doing that, she talked about the comments that really kind of just, well, they hurt. So after reading those comments, I felt a lot of pain for her. Like, I can only imagine what it is like reading some of these things online and not being able to know who said them. And you know, I think a lot of people seem to forget that just because someone's a celebrity or someone is well known, that you can just say whatever you want and they'll never ever hear it. They'll never ever see it. And that is completely false. So she shares these top 5 comments that just really hurt. And those comments are, 1, you look like a man. Who would say that to a woman like that? Like, the fuck? Like, come up the freak, man. Like, come on. Okay, 2, you're ugly. Even in just those first 2 comments, you can see how someone will feel extreme amount of pain, insecurity, and everything. Are you going to be able to get married? What does your mom and dad look like for someone to look like that? And she says probably one of the sharpest ones that probably hurt the most is they said that her eyes look like a 10-10, or more specifically like 10-10, like the time 10-10, or we can also say 250. And what that means is the position of the clock, the hands are like this, and they were saying that her eyes would slant up like that. So according to Koreaboo, she tried many different ways to change her look before actually getting plastic surgery. Things like losing weight, studying makeup, and then she started noticing from doing those things that people started complimenting her. For example, oh wow, you've gotten pretty. Which in itself is, how can you tell somebody that you've gotten pretty? Meaning that before they were not, they were ugly. Like who says stupid stuff like that? Other comments were like, wow, your face changed. Wow, people are stupid. Now I know that in my personal comments that I'm saying right now that I also understand that Korean culture is a little bit different. Like you can have someone that you may know can come up to you and be like, wow, you look really tired. Are you okay? Like the type of stuff that you would like hear back home, which, wow, you've gained some weight. Or, wow, I didn't recognize you. You got a little fatter. Like, as terrible as this sounds, y'all, this is actually, these things I've heard before and been said to people before. Like even my wife Rose, someone said that to Rose before, and she was like, just completely flabbergasted as to how to respond to this person. So like within just Korean culture, it is a thing to make comments like this to people. So once she decides to get plastic surgery, her boyfriend films the whole journey of everything, and her, you know, getting to the hospital, her like checking in and sitting on the table and everything. And, you know, just from beginning to end, he films it and everything. And if you see her face now, yeah, she has a very pretty face. She has a very, very pretty face. And I know that she is very satisfied with the results. She's very satisfied with how she looks now. I am glad that she is very content with the operation, you know, because really being content with it, being happy with it on the inside is really the most important thing, right? But again, I think the thing that probably frustrates me the most is also like some of the comments that people make, right? And these comments are a lot more positive, but like it's more like the nuance of the comments, like, you know, what they mean and like the meaning behind them. Like, for example, someone said, wow, Debak, I think she's gonna be really pretty. Wow, I think it turned out really freaking well. I don't think that I've ever thought double eyelid surgery looked good right after the surgery. I think she's going to be super freaking pretty. I'm so curious. I want to see it fast. So even though she feels really content, I think what really kind of bothers me is the comments. And it's not that in the comments I'm going to say that people were really mean to her after the operation, but it's more like the fact, it's more of the view of people changing their looks and how society kind of accepts it. And I think this is probably what's been toughest for me to accept in South Korea as a foreign person. But anyway, so, you know, being very content with it on the inside is extremely important. And I'm glad she's very content with that operation. And, you know, people were very, very encouraging to her after the surgery and saying now they look forward to seeing her face, or they thought she was pretty before, but now she's going to look even better, which, you know, I have my own thoughts about that comment as well. But I think the whole issue around it is that South Korea and its image of beauty is really tough. The standards are extremely high. And as humans, a lot of us fall below those standards, right? But I think what really bothers me the most is that these standards are extremely strict on, guess who? That's right. Women truly get the full force of all the messed up beauty standards. You know, and I feel that this is, you know, opposite from Lee Se-young, right? This is not really just about her, really. This is more of the fact that it seems that in like K-pop videos and how even like K-pop groups, right? And how like it is well known that sometimes K-pop group members are put on huge diets. And they're already slim, but they're put on these huge diets to make them get even skinnier. And sometimes their record label tells them, we need you to lose 5 kilograms, 10 kilograms, which is, that is a lot of weight for someone who is already slim. So if it seems that this video is negative about South Korea, it's not that this video is negative about South Korea at all, because I love South Korea. But the problem I do have is this beauty standard that is laid down and people are expected to follow. I'm not saying that I have an issue with plastic surgery. I'm not saying that. But I have an issue with plastic surgery if people feel like they're forced to do it in order to fit into this nice little box that people want them to be in. That is the issue that I have, to the point where people never really gain their self-confidence because other people tell them, your face is weird. You look like a man. You're too fat. This is not fair to people. This isn't, guys, this is not fair. No one should have to deal with this. And now I want to know, what do you think? So just looking at the story, me reading it to you, telling you about it, I want to know your thoughts. What are your thoughts on the idea of getting plastic surgery based on, well, people picking on your looks and talking about you and telling you that you're ugly? Do you think it's right? I know a lot of people who watch my channel, I know a lot of them are Westerners, you know, and I know we have our own way of looking at things like that. Like we'll tell people to go play in the street, right? Or go like kick rocks. But, you know, in East Asia, it's a little bit different. They're very concerned about the way people think. I even know Korean friends who are very close to me who struggle with the way that people think about them. And so they've considered getting operations. Let me know in the comment box below, what are your thoughts? And if you enjoy videos like this, please make sure that you like this video. I gotta show up an algorithm, y'all. And then also make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos. But until the next one, I want you guys to be cool. Peace.
Good.